Hi, everyone. I hope you're all hanging in there through the Mercury in retrograde, and happy Libra season. Libra is all about balance when it comes to relationships, especially giving and receiving, romantic relationships, and relationships of all kinds. So I just wanted to come in here and drop some collective themes that have been coming up through my sessions that have been dropping into people's bodies, and just share some tips and tricks when it comes to finding balance in love, as well as share some information on my upcoming Genuine Love Collective that will be starting next week. So just to start off with, when we're talking about love is an energy. So that means love is not a person. Love is not a relationship. Love is not even a specific outcome. It's not marriage. It's not dating. It's not being single. Love is an energy, so it can take many different forms. So it could look like any of those things, but it could also look totally different. For you, love could be showing up in a relationship, but it could also be showing up as a friendship for you. Or maybe the energy of love is taking form in your home, where you really feel that energy. Or maybe it's taking the form in your work with your clients. Or maybe it's from the chocolate cake you ate yesterday. Who knows? But the energy of love is available to us. You don't have to have a specific thing to be able to access that energy of love. Still, of course, there's always these common myths, right? We hear when it comes to love. And one of them is that you have to love yourself before anyone will fully love you. Well, that's not true. It's really hard to love yourself when you have not experienced love to begin with. How do you give yourself something you haven't experienced? So part of the way that you can help yourself experience love in this time is just expanding your view of what love may look like for you. And it's okay to still desire partnership and things like that as well. But it doesn't mean that you are not receiving love until that happens for you. Another myth that comes up is this idea that in order to have love, you have to be fully healed. Like you have to heal yourself before it will come in. It's not true. Love itself is a healing energy. In fact, love is the only energy with a healing vibration. It's the only emotion with a physically healing vibration. So that means if you can't heal until you have love either. But again, it doesn't mean you have to wait for that person to give you that love. It also doesn't mean you have to give it to yourself. It just means you have to start being able to open up and access that energy more. Now, when it comes to relationships, there have been quite a few tips that have been dropping through in sessions recently with people that I wanted to share. And one of the tips that is coming up is that you need to love someone for their actions, not just their potential. So maybe you see someone and you daydream about what your relationship could be like together, and it could be so amazing and wonderful, and you see all this promise in them, but what are they actually doing now? Because maybe that promise will come true, or maybe it won't. So ground yourself in the actions. Everyone always is asking for a sign, like, should I be in this relationship or not? What should I do? What if the signs are just that other person's actions? Those are your signs right there in front of you. What are they telling you? And if you need more, ask for more. And they can either meet you or they won't, but ground yourself in their actions when you start spinning out. And speaking of spinning out is really, it happens a lot. And honestly, it especially happens in the beginning phases of a relationship because you don't know what it is. You're trying to rush and figure it out so you don't get hurt, so they don't get hurt, all of these things. And there's a whole lot of chemicals that get activated in your brain when you first start a relationship. And one of those chemicals is actually the same chemical as when you're on cocaine. So it's literally like you're high off this relationship. So it's really important to ground yourself. When you're in the high of the relationship, it's really easy to lose yourself to the other person and just be doing things for them and completely forget about yourself. So your practice in a relationship, especially a new relationship, is the practice of constantly detaching, constantly returning to yourself. So what that may look like is after you hang out with this person, you're feeling all these great things, but now you have to take the time to come back to yourself. So after you hang out, you've come home, maybe take some time to reclaim your body. Go do some movement, do an exercise, get the energy flowing for you again, have a grounding meal, do something, take a bath, like light a candle, read your favorite book, something that's just for you so you can return to yourself. You never have to give yourself away in a relationship. Never. It's two people meeting as their full selves in this space. You never have to be over here. They don't have to be over here. Don't turn into goo. Hold your form. Another thing that can come up a lot is when you're starting a relationship. One of the themes that was coming through is, especially if you've been hurt in the past, which I think we all have at this point, is there will be kind of two things going on when your anxiety is high. There will be the relationship that is actually happening, and then there will be the relationship that's happening in your head. And that's the one where your anxiety is driving it. So do they like me? I don't know. Maybe they don't like me, or they hate me, or they don't actually like me. They don't actually want to spend time with me. They're just bored, so they're just hanging out with me, or whatever it is. Again, this is where we come back to ground yourself in their actions. What are they showing you with their actions? And if you need confirmation with words, it's okay to ask for it. They might not even know you need that. So remember to ground yourself in actions to see the relationship that's actually happening. Sometimes it's hard to do that because we just want to get to the end. We want to know how the story is going to end before we even start it, so we don't make the mistake of getting into a relationship that ends. Maybe that wasn't a mistake. Maybe it's going to teach you something, and it's definitely going to expand and heal you along the way. So just consider that. Another thing when it comes to anxiety is, let's talk about red flags for a second, okay? So red flags are huge. They're very important, and they should not be ignored. Absolutely not. But the thing that has been coming through in people's bodies recently is, don't turn green flags red. Like, don't let the flag be red until it's actually red. So for example, when you first get into a relationship, you don't know a lot about this person. Maybe you'll be thinking, you'll be coming up with things that could happen or could go wrong. Like, what if they just totally forget about me? Or what if once I hang out with their friends, they see me totally differently? Or maybe they don't want me to hang out with their friends because because they act differently around them, or all of these things spinning out again, right? Wait until you actually get to that point to assess the situation. You're not there yet. You don't know yet. You don't know if that's a red flag. Again, come back to their actions. Are their actions that they've done to this point, are any of them red flags? If so, that's really important to look at. And don't be inventing ones for the future before they show up. Trust yourself to be able to recognize the red in the moment. The metaphor that people's bodies gave for this one is, it's like when you're driving and stopping at a green light because you know eventually it's gonna turn red. Like, what are you doing? That's totally unsafe. You're holding up the flow of traffic. Keep it moving. Like, it's not red yet. You can keep going. So, another tip. And one of the last things I wanted to say as well is something when it comes to the natural pace of a healthy relationship. When you're in a traumatic relationship, how that usually looks is all of the good stuff happens in the beginning. All of the great stuff, there's the love bombing, it's romantic, you're swept off your feet, it's all of those things. I'm not saying that can't happen in a healthy relationship too, but in a traumatic or toxic relationship, it's all the good here, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse as it goes on. In a healthy relationship, what will happen is the good will grow and evolve over time. It keeps getting better and deeper. You keep exploring and expanding. But for those of us who have been in unhealthy relationships before, what that means is when we get into a healthy one, we start freaking out. We want to run through it, we want to speed through it, and we say, well, all of these things aren't happening now, so they're probably never going to happen. That's not true. Let the person continue to meet you and grow and evolve with you as you go. Okay, and as long as it's getting deeper and better and it keeps feeling good in your body, you can trust yourself to lean in. Just trust yourself to lean in as long as it feels good. And when it stops feeling good, trust yourself to lean out. That's it. So I know that was a lot to drop on you, and I have so much more. Our bodies have so much to teach us about love and relationships and giving and receiving. And if you're still spinning out, it can be so helpful to have kind of build your emotional altar with tools and things that can resource you as you're moving through love and relationships. And that's why I created this Genuine Love Collective. It's a collective package. There will be a maximum of 10 people participating in it, and everyone has to apply because I will be curating the energy of the group and the people who are in this package. And the reason that I built this package is really to help resource you with what you need as you're moving through the energy of love. So this package is 6 weeks. We will be doing a weekly group energy workshop on Zoom. And so it will include that. It will include an Alexa Smart personalized flower remedy for your body. Again, another resource you can use, something that has really helped me as I have moved through a divorce and getting back into the dating world. Again, what flower remedies do is they take your strongest energetic qualities and they magnify them. So to help lift you up through the light, it's really helpful. So we will be selecting one of those based on your body and your energy, which one that it likes. You'll also get a one-on-one energy healing session with me, specifically working around love and anything else you'd like to bring up in that session. We'll be doing a community cacao ceremony together as a group via Zoom. And you'll also be receiving a collective heart song activation that we'll be doing with a guest healer, Maria, who I love and has worked with me before in past cacao ceremonies if you've ever experienced her work. And each week we'll be focusing on a different topic when it comes to love. So each week we will have the energy workshop, but we'll also be having weekly activities and challenges that are made to really stir up the energy so that we can bring things to the surface to be released and clear the way for you. So the first week we'll be working with your current relationship to love. We'll be writing your current love story. The second week, we'll be doing a lot of inner child healing and healing any past trauma and blocks and just giving your inner child the love they never received. The third week, we'll be working on boundaries and learning how to set loving boundaries and really protect your heart without closing it off from the world. The fourth week will be a boot camp week. So we'll be having a little activity every single day. And this is just really designed to help walk us all the way through. We'll be facing our fears, feeling our feelings, and I'll be holding space and guiding you the entire way. The fifth week, we'll be doing our cacao ceremony together as a way to work with this sacred plant medicine to really open our heart. Cacao is so special and really gives you the chance to physically experience the energy of unconditional love in your body. And the sixth week, we'll be working on manifesting love, manifesting together, writing our own fairy tales, and how we implement this for ourselves moving forward. The great thing about doing this as a group is when it comes to manifestation, one of the biggest amplifiers is being witnessed. So if we can come together as a group and witness each other, it's going to amplify our manifestations. And it's really special and sacred to have just this beautiful community container holding you as you move through these next 6 weeks. This is not for everyone. It's intense. It's definitely going to bring up your insecurities, your fears, your blocks, your resistance. And that's great. That's what we want to do, because we want to walk right through it and get to the other side of that. So that's what we'll be doing with this collective. The package itself will be $749 total. You can either do a payment plan or you can pay all up front, either way. If you would like to apply, you can check the link that I've pasted below this video or in my bio. You can also go to my website as well. Applications will be open throughout the rest of this week. I'm planning to start the first workshop on the first week in October. So that should be next week coming up. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to email me. If you're feeling called to do this and like it's time, we're really working with these collective energies right now and the energy of Libra season. And I've really been feeling that it's been time to do this for a long time now. So if you're feeling the call, please email me, let me know. We'd really love to have you. And I'm so excited to see the powerful things that we will manifest together. And I just want to leave you with this one fact that your love story is not your past relationships. Your love story is not what happened to you. It's not your breakups. It's not the relationship you're in. You are your own love story, and how you've treated yourself throughout it all. That is your love story. So I really hope that you hold on to that and make it one of the best damn stories ever. All right. I love you so much. Hope to see you soon. Bye.